Hi, I'm Rick Morton, and welcome to Profiles for the 1996 Summer BBSI in Las Vegas, coming to you this time from Nassau in the Bahamas. We are actually on Paradise Island, which is part of Nassau, attached to it. And for the next couple of hours, we're going to show you around this beautiful, beautiful location. There's so much to see in the Bahamas, of course, and Nassau is one of the favorite destinations of people in the United States. We will show you some of the sights, introduce you to some of the people, and take you to some pretty exciting places. One of them is right here on Paradise Island, a place you won't believe. But first, here's a look at what's coming up on this edition of Profiles. These 8 lovely young ladies are... All that, plus we'll be meeting with Connie Forbriger and the people at Tressa, who are having their symposium here on Nassau as we speak. And there's a whole lot more to come, along with Susan McNabb with Profiles Updates. We'll have some Profile Spotlights for you and a couple of surprises. So don't go away. We'll get started right now with Profiles for the 96th Summer BBSI. You know, over the last years, we've visited with Connie Forbriger and the people at Tressa a number of times up in their home office in Cincinnati, actually outside Cincinnati in Erlanger, Kentucky. But this time, Connie said, why don't you come down to Nassau in the Bahamas for our 1996 symposium presentation? And she twisted our arm and we said, well, okay, Connie, we'll do that. And that's where we are now. We are at the gorgeous Nassau Marriott Hotel Resort and Casino here on the beautiful island of Nassau in the Bahamas, along with about 1,000 or so hairdressers and salon owners, all of whom are couture salons for Tressa, as well as Tressa distributors and distributor sales consultants for 3 days of education, fun, camaraderie, some great shows, and a few surprises up the sleeves of the Tressa people, we are sure. So let's get started. They're registering now, even as we speak, for the 1996 symposium for Tressa here in Nassau. If you're a Tressa distributor or couture salon, this is definitely the event of the year. 3 days of fun, excitement, and education with one of the industry's most respected companies. And in a moment, we'll show you a bit of the opening show. But first, it was party time. The first night get-together where 1,000 or so Tressa stylists, salon owners, distributors, and DSCs meet and get ready for a great time. Well, the sun has kind of gone down on the first day here at this beautiful hotel facility in Nassau, and the party has started. Everyone here is having a wonderful time getting to meet everybody. There are distributors here, sales consultants, and of course, lots of Tressa hairdressers. And we're trying to meet as many of them as we can because after all, that's what it's all about. And they are really having a great time. And the dedication and the way they feel about this company is obvious. All you have to do is talk to them.
We're having a great time. Very excited about it.
I was with Redken years ago, and from Redken, I went to Tressa. I started in Tressa in 1980. In New Jersey, and I carried it to Florida with me.
We're having our international symposium here for Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. We're bringing them in from the United States, from Canada, Australia, the Scandinavian countries for education.
See, I don't like this. I get all nervous.
I'm here because I've worked a lot with Tressa and been to lots of hair shows for them as a tech, and I was really excited to see what they were going to do and the changes that they're making and going through and growing. So this is going to be Tressa's year, I think. Definitely.
Tell me what you like best about Tressa.
The consistency. All my perms are beautiful, and as long as you trust it and go with it, it works. It's great. I love it. It's simple.
Of course, it wouldn't be a Tressa party without the woman that founded it all. Connie Forbriger is the president, the CEO, and the founder of Tressa. And I asked her about what was to come for the next 3 days. Connie Forbriger, of course, this is her party. And a big one it is, and far away from home. How'd you pick Nassau?
Well, we thought it's been a long, hard winter for most people.
That's true.
And that it would be a wonderful spot to not only discover legendary beauty, but relax, have a good time, enjoy the sunshine, pass off that bad winter,
right.
And charge our batteries.
Right. You know, I remember a number of years ago when you told me you were thinking about starting a couture salon program.
Yes.
And you'd hope maybe someday you'd have almost 1,000 people in it or something. No, I don't remember the number, but now it's like very successful. And the fact is that's filling this party.
Yes. We probably have about 5,000 couture salon members across the country and throughout Canada as well.
What's the big news here at the party?
Oh, actually, at the meeting, the big news is really the launch of the new Tressa.
And that's more than just new packaging, is it?
Oh, yeah. It's a whole new focus. And really, it's a much clearer and more focused view of our company, focusing in the service delivery area of salons, in the core of their business, in their back rooms, helping develop them to be more successful. And we're here to show not just new packaging, but our new advertising campaigns that will focus in that area, all the collateral materials and brochures and things that will help everyone focus in those areas, because if we don't do the things to create success for salons, none of us are going to be around.
And we're going to talk to you more about that tomorrow, but tonight you have to mingle with all these people who are standing around saying, "Where's Connie Forberger? Where's Connie Forberger? There's a casino here. Did you know that?"
No, I would never have known.
No, gosh, you should see it. Go mingle.
Scott Lassell. I work for Miller Beauty Supply out of Seattle in Great Falls, Montana, actually. First and foremost, at least in my area and in my territory, the perms, without question, go the best. Then secondly, I think hair color. And finally, I think we'll be able to penetrate the market a little more with the new packaging on the products.
Where are you from?
Indiana,
What's your name?
Michelle Green.
Why do you like this company?
Love their color, love their perms, love their training. Can't beat it.
Can't beat it. It's good, huh? And you are
Ree Turlip from Elkhart, Indiana.
a salon owner?
Yes.
What's the best part of a meeting like this for you?
I think probably the camaraderie with other salon owners and getting new ideas, sharing thoughts with them as well as the Tressa people.
And you are?
Stacia Skillman. I'm with Mayleys from Indiana.
As a distributor, why are meetings like this important to you?
Well, for one, you can bond with your client, which is especially special. Learn about new techniques that I can take back and share with my clients that aren't able to be here, and increase my own knowledge to help accounts grow.
26 years from the beginning of Reliable. We've kind of grown up together in the industry. Gone through a lot of changes, a lot of innovations, a lot of growing pains, but it's a wonderful company to be with. Connie is a real pioneer in the industry, and everything she says, she delivers. She's a real visionary. It's wonderful to work with people that are still not into big corporations. And nowadays that kind of seems to be the way the industry's going. It's still privately owned, and everything she says, she delivers.
And it's great to be in the Bahamas.
It's wonderful.
A show like Tressa Symposium takes a lot of planning and a lot of work. And while most people were getting sunned by the pool, the Tressa education staff was hard at work rehearsing for the show that would start the first day. We caught up with Terri Adams, Tressa's education and training manager, on the stage of the Vegas-style showroom at the hotel's casino. What are you trying to accomplish for these hundreds and, well, I don't know how many, a lot of people out there from the couture salons around the country. What are you trying to accomplish for them over the next 3 days?
We're trying to accomplish an incredible amount of education, things that they can take back using the salon, show them the way to legendarily beautiful hair, which is the theme for this year's symposium, if you haven't seen the little mermaid icon with the theme legend on it. Okay. Also, we're doing an unveiling of a new packaging here, which is just going to be unbelievable. It's beautiful, it's the brand new Tressa, and I can't tell you how excited I am. And I think they will be too.
Tressa's Symposium actually began Sunday morning with a show, a really big show, featuring some terrific Tressa speakers and special guest Gino Stampora, plus new styles from Tressa's designers and a few surprises. Tressa's president and founder, Connie Forberger, brought the house down with the introduction of the new Tressa, a new logo, a new look, and all new packaging. It was definitely the hit of the show. Tressa's new packaging certainly was the attention getter over the weekend, but it was the education classes that people came for. Cutting, styling, product knowledge, sales, motivation, even photography was taught by some of the industry's top educators. What they're doing here today is they're going through classes. They're rotating. There's a class on how to take better pictures. There's product knowledge classes. There's creating the total look. And they go in one class for an hour or so, and then they switch and they go to the other class. So everyone gets to take advantage of everything. Let's go find somebody who has been to one. That would be you.
That would be me.
What class are you just out of?
Out of the hair cutting and styling class.
How was it?
It was excellent. It was very good.
What have you learned on the whole so far since you've been here? I mean, what's your feeling?
I think they're showing a lot more finished work than they used to. A lot of shine. I think that Tressa puts together an incredible hair show, and I'm glad to be back.
How do you like the new packaging?
Lovely. It's such an improvement, and it's going to look good on the shelf. That's what I like. Is what the clients are going to like.
Speaking of the new packaging, Anna Fisher heads up the marketing department at Tressa, and I asked her to define the new Tressa for us.
We spent a lot of time past year. We've been planning on taking Tressa in the direction for the future. Industry has had a lot of changes, so we decided that we were going to step back and say, how's Tressa going to compete in this very competitive arena? And so we did that the past year. We took a long time to plan, to get everything together, and we came to the symposium to launch our whole new look, our whole new focus, and what we're going to mean to both the stylist and the distributor level. Everybody's very, very excited about what we're doing.
There was absolutely no doubt after talking to distributors, salespeople, salon owners, and stylists that the new Tressa is definitely a hit.
That is perfect.
This was a beautiful place to hold a symposium, and when it was all over, I got a chance to sit down with Connie for a relaxing chat about her favorite subject, Tressa. I asked her what she thinks she's done right over the years.
I think what the most important thing we've done right is pay attention always to our customer and to really look at what the market needs. And, you know, I guess I don't think often enough, few of us do, about all the things we do right. We always remember the things we do wrong, because I've probably learned my best lessons from the things I've done wrong.
You know, we think of this symposium, obviously, as a place for Tressa couture salons, hairdressers, salon owners to come and network and find out what's new. But the fact of the matter is, you've got an awful lot of distributors here as well. The reaction to the introduction of the new look, the new name, the new logo, the new product seems to be phenomenal. What kind of feedback have you gotten from your distributors?
Well, I think it's important to them because change is what this industry is about. Newness is what it's all about. A recommitment, rededication that what they see us doing, they know is on the leading edge of innovation. And I think that charges their batteries. I know it charges mine. And when I talk to them, it's pretty exciting. They can't wait now to get back, put programs into place, make presentations. They feel like they're doing something brand new again. And I think that's good. But I think also they know that we're going to stand behind them, that we're going to support all this effort, and that they can feel comfortable long term getting behind this. We're not going to be someone we're not. We're not going to suddenly change. And I think they know they can count on us. And they all know they can still call me at 7 o'clock at night. I answer my phone, and we can talk and strategize, discuss problems, solve them, chit-chat, whatever is really needed. What's going on in the industry? What do I see? When I'm out there, what do they see? That's how we all learn. I think they are re-energized.
And rightfully so.
And I think they feel good representing our company.
Don't go away, because when we come back here on Profiles, Claudio Bonazza, the leading manufacturer of rollabouts, or robots as we call them. What?
Amigo.
Amigo. Friend?
Mi amigo.
Friend. No, what is this called?
Amigo.
No, I know, you're my friend. I like you. We've known each other a long time. What do you call this?
Mi amigo.
Mi amigo, I know, mi amigo. You're my friend. You're my friend, but what do you call the new rollabout?
Amigo.
No, okay, amigo.
Amigo.
I don't know what the man is saying, but we'll be back with Claudio right after this. Don't go away. I know you're my friend. What do you call this?
Amigo.
Amigo. It's time for another spotlight here on Profiles, and with me is Susan Cox, the president, CEO of CEO.
Yes, I am.
Right? You're the only CEO of CEO. I mean, that's kind of a unique situation in itself,
Yes,
right?
it is.
I like to call Susan the premier
education and training consultant in the beauty industry. Is that fairly correct assumption? Is that what you would consider yourself?
Well, I think I certainly am the most established and with the most experience, and I do a lot of work in that area.
I want to talk to you in a second about the C program,
Okay,
your
great.
significant
Emotional experience.
which you've been very successful with now for 4 years. But first I want to talk about this, which is your new book. You are now Susan Cox, the author.
Yes, I am.
This is a good thing.
It is a good thing.
You know, this is called Above and Beyond, the Call of Beauty, the Salon, a look at communications and client satisfaction. Quite a book. And
It is. And what's more important about the book is the area of discipline that it addresses.
the area of discipline. What do you mean?
Communication skills in the salon.
Big problem?
Well, I've had this fascination with this whole issue of communication. I don't mean just between the client and the stylist, or the esthetician, or the nail tech. I mean all of the communication in the salon for a long time. And this book is based on a premise that was really surfaced by Modern Salon in the first consumer survey in the mid-'80s, when I was still with Redken Laboratories. And basically what Modern said was, clients don't leave the salon because of the service they receive. They leave because of the way they're treated. And so the book is based on the premise that if the salon is not a harmonious environment, if people are not treated in a respectful way, then it doesn't matter how good the haircut is or how great the nail enhancements are. They're not coming back. The minute they have a problem, they're gone. So this book, for the first time, deals with that issue.
And you seem to have done that pretty well, because I'm going to read a quote here. It says, "Above and Beyond, the Call of Beauty is one of the best new tools on the planet for helping decode the mysteries of communication between salon owners, salon staff, and clients. A must-have for every successful beauty pro." And that comes from Kathy McFarland, editor-in-chief of American Salon Magazine.
I have been so thankful for the response that I've received from people that I respect a great deal in the industry. I sent preview copies out to all of the trade magazines, and all of the, I think it's 30 trade magazines at every level of the industry will be doing releases on the book. And in addition, sent about 20 copies out to people whose opinion I respect, distributors, salon owners, successful people who work behind the chair, presidents of companies, to see what they thought of it. And I've just been overwhelmed with response.
Susan, how's this going to work? Who gets this book? Are you going to be selling it at your events, through distributors, mail order? How can people get this book?
At this point, all of the trade magazines in the industry within the next 5 months will be doing either an article or a new product release on it with an 800 number. I have a fulfillment house in New Jersey that will be fulfilling the orders, and I'm happy to share that number. So people that see the book mentioned can call in and order a copy and have it sent to them.
Let's talk about your C program, your SEE program, because you've had a tremendous amount of success with that in the last couple of years.
Really have.
What's good about that C training?
Well, it's a new philosophy of approaching the adult learner. And what makes it so special, first of all, I didn't create it. I say that every time. It really came from the people who study the cognitive process in adult learners. What I've done is distilled and condensed a program that's easy to get your hands around to teach people how to teach. And it just turns a classroom into an experience. It's hands-on with the brain as well as the hands. And what happens is you end up increasing the retention of the student, the learner, and that's what it's all about, really, when you offer education in this industry.
You can take advantage of this woman.
Please take advantage of me.
Please take advantage of her. Susan Cox, the CEO of CEO, and her new book, Above and Beyond, the Call of Beauty, a look at salon communications and client satisfaction. You can find Susan here on the convention floor at the BBSI, wandering around the floor carrying a stack of books.
Yes,
will you be doing that? That's good.
Well, I'll be giving complimentary
You'll be
copies
giving complimentary copies,
to
right.
the people who
salon
gave me quotes.
professionals. Walk up to Susan and say, "I'm a salon professional. Can I have a book?" Thanks for watching.
Thanks.
We'll be back with more profiles right after this.
Very good. Nice work.
The sign says Venice Trading Company. Dina Meri, of course, the parent company, Venice Trading Company. We're not in Venice, but that's where Claudio Bonazza started, in Venice, Italy, with the Venice Trading Company. And of course, it was about 13 years ago he came to this country to start Dina Meri. And since that time, he has been, without a doubt, the most successful manufacturer of salon rollabouts, rollabout carts, and other furnishings in the salon of anybody in this industry. The fact of the matter is, if you walk in 10 salons in this country, 9 of them will have rollabouts manufactured by Dina Meri. This company continues to innovate in that area. They have come up with a lot of new products over the years. A couple of years ago, we introduced you to the new Kangaroo line, that great little rollabout cart for magazines and printed material in the salon. Well, there's something new this year here at Dina Meri, and we think you're going to find it very exciting. The fact of the matter is, it is a rollabout, but it is unique in a couple of ways. One is the manufacture, the way it's manufactured, the material that's made of, and number 2 is the way distributors can receive it absolutely free. It's a pretty amazing story. But that's not all. Claudio Barazza is inside. We're going to talk to him and the people here at Dina Meri and find out why this continues to be the most exciting manufacturer of its kind in the industry. Dina Meri is, of course, best known for its quality plastic rollabouts. But in the past couple of years, Claudio's business has more than doubled in a brand new area, that of design and manufacturing of custom displays for manufacturers. What is this? This is one of your displays, right?
This is one portion of the display.
This was a Nexus display? Was it?
Yes.
Yeah. You do, now this is different. This has been screened. You've obviously put a texture on this. This is a lot different than the stuff that you started. When we first talked to you 5 years ago, you didn't do this kind of fancy stuff.
No. We introduced just this line about 2 years ago, and then we started to produce more and more display for custom display for different companies and so on.
How important is that to your business now? I mean, this custom work that you do for some major companies in the business.
Today, we got almost between 50–60% of our business is custom made.
Custom displays.
Exactly.
Are companies no longer satisfied, do you think, with off-the-shelf stuff? Is that what happened to you over the years? That people, you could always go to a display company and buy something out of a box, but that's not happening anymore.
No, people want an identity. So what we do, basically, we design for them and we make really what they think they want to do. So basically, when you see a display, you see really one identity company. So it's a different company than anybody else.
Wow. How did this get started? How did you go from making rollabout carts, which of course you're famous for, world famous, I might say. How'd you go from making carts to making custom displays for L'Oreal, for Nexus, for, it goes on and on. How'd that happen?
But basically it's people asking for, and then we put a team.
They told 2 friends?
Exactly.
They told 2 friends? It's good, it's good. We'll talk more about Dina Meri's custom displays in a moment, but it's the plastic rollabout carts that have helped make Dina Meri famous, at least in the beauty industry. This is so amazing the way this happens. This is a mold. Can you see this, Dave? This is an all-steel, aluminum, I guess, mold that's custom made here at Dina Meri. And they go into this great machine. Right now, there's a big piece of plastic. It looks like this. And it's in there being heated up. I don't know what temperature, but it's hot, right? In just a second, it's going to come out here. Here it comes. Watch this. Look at this. That's very hot plastic. Now it's going to suck it down. Is that cool or what? That is amazing. And it comes out and it makes a piece right over here that looks like this. Now what'll happen, of course, is they'll cut these pieces apart. These are doors, I guess. They'll cut these apart. They'll be trimmed, they'll be sanded, they'll be put together, and these will make a complete rollabout. One of the brand new Amigo rolabouts, I might add, which is this brand new textured, extra strong, scratch-resistant plastic. This is so neat the way they do this back here. I could spend a day just making these rollabouts for Claudio. Perhaps he could give me a little extra money and we'll stay and do this for him. It's really neat. How many do you produce now? You didn't start this big, obviously.
No.
How did it start? 400, 200
When we started 15 years ago and introduced this item on the market, on the American market, the real production was like 500, between 500 and 1,000 pieces per month.
Of rollabout parts.
Of rollabout.
And now?
And today we are almost 1,000 pieces per day. So
Wow.
it's a difference.
I think hairdressers are eating these things. 1,000 rollabouts a day. Who could use that many? This is part of the day's shipment that's going out, I guess, today. They do a lot of work here at Dina Meri. I want to talk about this for a minute because this is the brand new Amigo. This is probably the most exciting rollabout, if rollabouts can be very exciting, of course, that we have talked about here ever. This company started about 13 or 14 years ago when Claudio came here from Italy. And when they started making rollabouts, of course, they were designed to be helpful. And this is the ultimate tool, I guess, because they've named this Amigo, which of course means friend. This has the brand new textured, scratch-resistant plastic. It's sturdier, stronger. Look at this. This is very neat. You bump this into something, and it bounces right back. See that? So these things don't break. You can get it in lockable and non-lockable units, of course, whatever colors you want. But here's the deal. If you're a distributor, whether you are a Dina Meri customer or not, you should have received one of these or will be receiving one very soon. Can I put this up here? You're not going to believe this, but Claudio Bonazza is sending this out to all his customers and the people that are not his customers free. Everyone is going to receive, if you're a distributor, a real distributor, you'll be receiving, if you haven't already, an Amigo cart. This is a brand new rollabout. It is the first of its kind in the industry, and what Claudio wants you to do is when you get it, take it out of the box, run back to your warehouse, get the competitor's product, take it out of the box, stand them side by side, and compare, feature for feature, the weight, the way this works, the high-impact plastic, the way these things don't break, everything about this. He wants you to compare it, then call him up and say, send me more. That's the idea. This is a short Italian, but a short, smart Italian. He's got it all figured out, and it's going to work. Watch. Danny, in just a second, I want to talk to you about the Danny Sanchez is the national sales manager for Dina Meri, and I asked him about this phenomenal Get It Free promotion. Why?
What we want to do is show a lot of exposure on our new Amigo line. This is our whole new line. We're concentrating on this for the rest of the year. Our theory is if you don't have it to show, you can't sell it. That's the first thing, okay? And we want the customer to put this on their end cap or wherever they are, and we'll have all the brochures for them, and we're going to give this to them free, and they can use this as their floor sample, and from there we'll take the orders.
No strings attached. Every distributor is getting one, right? Claudio says, here it is, try it, compare it to other things. If you like it, buy more.
They like it, they buy more. They have an opportunity to buy it from 1 piece to 100 pieces for the same price. And we'll pay the freight.
What? The new Amigo line of carts is something Claudio Bonazza believes will capture the interest of every distributor in the U.S., even the ones that aren't already Dina Meri customers. Let's talk about the Amigo line right off the bat. What was the concept here? What is it you were trying to accomplish with this new cart?
The concept is, okay, a little bit of more design into the unit, but really the most important thing is what we want to achieve as helping our customers on the speeding of the line. So it's call me today and we ship tomorrow.
You're sending these out free to all your distributors.
Exactly. It's free of charge. It's free. It's the first time when I decide to make this kind of campaign, advertising campaign, and instead to spending the money through a magazine or advertising magazine, etc., which is still they give you a great return. I prefer my customer to be able to touch and feel it, compare. Compare, when I say compare, it's comparing to the past, my production, and comparing eventually even with the competition. So if you are a customer and you never purchase from us, for different reasons, see the sample, take this sample, go compare with my competition, and see if really we give you something more.
Claudio, let's talk about what has become one of the most successful sides of your business, and that is the custom promotional display business. You create some terrific displays, tabletop displays, floor displays, for a lot of companies, and that's become a really big part of your business, has it not?
Yeah, we almost doubled the business. We doubled the business and then start making display, custom rollabouts, custom point of sale or whatever. It could be in plastic, could be in wood, could be in metal or whatever.
Doesn't matter whether it's a little display, right, or a big floor display, as long as there's quantity.
As long as quantity, as long as yes, we target the major companies, but we don't refuse even eventually small companies, and then we try to add them if their item can be integrated in our system. So we don't refuse even a small quantity if the display is fitting into the system.
How come my stack is bigger than your stack? That's what I want to know. You know, we had such a good time with Claudio that I decided to stay the rest of the day and help him get the Amigo units shipped to all those distributors who are getting them free. Claudio Bonazza has made Dina Meri the most successful company of its kind in the industry, and he has no plans to slow down now. What do you want manufacturers and distributors to know about this company, what it is you are, what you plan to do, and why you've been so successful? What do you want to tell them about Dina Meri?
I want to provide them the best service that we can, the best design that we can, so they can make more money, they can have better items, and they can have easy products to be able to sell to make more money. I think we got experience, we know what people wanted, the market is there, so it's just enough to willing to do it, and we will do it.
Time for another Profile Spotlight, and with me is the second hardest working woman in the entire professional beauty industry and the president of Orly International, Myriam. Clifford.
Who's the first?
We don't ever tell. I just figured there must be somebody.
I've got to be the first.
Okay, I'll redo it. The hardest working woman in the professional beauty industry, Myriam Clifford, the president of Orly International. Always nice to have you.
Great to be here.
Lots of good stuff. We need to get right down to it because you're surrounded by wonderful new packages and a great display called the Runway Collection. What do you want to talk about? I should ask you.
What's new and exciting?
What's new and exciting?
Everything, but we have specifically some great new colors for the fall. You know, polish in the last year has just exploded. It's become just the greatest category to be in. All these years, it wasn't. Today, it really is. And we're excited about all of the things that have happened in polish, and we're excited with our new color collection for fall.
You talk about polish being a really big thing now in the industry. The fact of the matter is it's been big at Orly for a long, long time. Do you think that you affected a change in the industry?
Of course, I think the salon industry, you know, is the leader, but there's just more focus to polish. I think the way people perceive polish has changed. Today, polish is not a color cosmetic, but a fashion accessory. So you can be a lot more daring with polish than you could be. It's not as traditional as it was.
These are very interesting colors. How did this whole thing come about, this runway collection?
Well, this is really what they're going to be showing in fashion for fall and winter. We're going right from pastels to deep, dark, rich purples and browns, a little bit of red, burgundy. It's just a complete 360-degree turn from what we saw this summer, which is the very, very pale pastels.
Right. This product looks very exciting, Life After Acrylics. It says, for beautiful transition to natural nails.
Absolutely, and finally, after 20 years, natural nails is hot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the fastest growing category, and when we called this Life After Acrylics, it's really life after any extension, but Life After Acrylics was a little bit more interesting.
It seems that this, is all the products that one would need to bring their nails back into shape after an acrylic
Exactly
service?
right. We have a lot of products in the Orly line, several products that work very well to grow your own healthy natural nails, but it's a regimen and it's really a procedure, a system, and this is the first time we've actually put it together in a kit to enable the salon to sell to their clients a kit to take home for in-between salon visits. I mean, there's a level of dedication that has to exist if you want to have your own nails after removing extensions.
Mm-hmm. And this cuticle therapy cream, what are these, sample?
Cuticle therapy cream is one of our most popular items. This is just a more convenient way to travel with them, a more convenient way to try them. It's a great holiday favor, which I think will do very well in the salons. It's just a new way, and it's a much easier way to apply cuticle cream. And since it's one of our best-selling items, we're excited about the new size and the new package.
Speaking of size, this is It's big.
It's big. This is actually a magazine ad that's running, and it actually unfolds.
And it's unfolded as the biggest thing ever in professional nail care. Big savings, big value, big bottle. We could cover up the entire president of Orly with this ad. Look at this. That's a heck of a bottle. But the fact is, you've had the biggest bottle for a long time.
Right, we've had it for 5 years. It was just time for a little facelift. We've updated the look of it, made it a little bit sleeker, more contemporary. So it's just a new look. I mean, we've been very, very happy with the results of the 3/4 ounce, and we're thrilled to have been in business with the 3/4 ounce for 5 years. But it was just time for a little bit of a facelift. You can't stand still. You need to keep updating your look.
We will be back with Myriam in just a second, but I wanted to introduce you to Deborah Ney Kernahan. 3 names. You know that? Right?
I do.
Who's the national sales manager?
Yes.
Correct, for Develop 10.
Yes.
Acquired by Orly, what now, 2 years ago?
Yes,
year and a half
just a
ago?
little.
Big things are happening, obviously, because look at this display. This is like the world of Develop 10 here.
Isn't it fantastic?
Important change, yes?
Fantastic display.
What does this mean?
Rick, what we did is we offered the nail technician to not only have natural nail care supplies that she's working on with her clients, but now we've made a nice, compact retail center for them to be able to offer products in between salon visits.
You know, we're all familiar, of course, with the success of the Develop 10 treatment line, but the fact is you've been very successful with your new colors, and this display, this Neoclassiques, is gorgeous.
Yes, it is, and we're offering an 18-piece collection for the price of 12, actually, and we think that we have hit the top of the line colors. It's really in line with what's happening in the fashion industry, and for a short time, it's even more exciting, Rick, in that we're offering this display free if they purchase the treatment display. So there's a lot of added value with this display and exciting new colors to go along with it. And then again, her customer can take this home in between salon visits.
We're very proud of what we've accomplished in 20 years, but we certainly know that the next 20 are going to be much, much bigger and better for us than before. No, it's exciting. There's a lot happening in the whole industry in the nail care category. It's about to explode again, and we're excited to be part of it.
Thank you for being here. Always nice to have you.
My pleasure.
Always a pleasure. And listen, of course, Myriam, Clifford, and everyone of importance from Orly will be here on the convention floor at the BBSI, so stop by and see them. And we'll be back with more Profiles right after this. Don't go away, because when we come back here on Profiles, we'll bring you to this, which is the most beautiful hotel facility we've ever seen. We are at the Atlantis Resort. What a destination resort this is on the Paradise Island in Nassau, the Bahamas. When we come back on Profiles, don't go away, as the sun just did.
Bob Peel, president of BBSI, with another BBSI Minute. I just saw the most incredible computer demonstration I've ever seen. It's a system called ACS that within seconds you can find an SKU. Each SKU has up to 8 pages of backup. Things like promotions, price sheets, educational information, MSDS sheets, clip art, and then you can create an order. You may wonder why BBSI is involved in this at all. Number one, I could send all my daughters to college with the money wasted on FedEx in this industry. ACS can dramatically reduce those costs for a manufacturer. Secondly, the only thing worse than a full shelf of catalogs would be a different website for each manufacturer. There is a window for success, however. We have a few months to gather the critical mass of manufacturers and distributors to start. BBSI will introduce this program as Beauty Inc. Power Pro, and it promises to be the most exciting and beneficial new tool at the show for distributors and manufacturers. Please take time to see this amazing demo. ACS will be classes at Friday at 8 and 9, Saturday at 8 and 9. Thank you. I'll be back later with another BBSI Minute. Thanks for watching.
We are at the Atlantis Hotel here on Paradise Island in Nassau, the Bahamas, and this is Michelle Liu, who is the curator, assistant curator, got it. The curator isn't here today, and we don't want to think that you've taken his job. The assistant curator of what you see partly behind us, which is the waterscape. They call it the Atlantis Waterscape, and you are partly responsible for developing this and keeping it operating. This is the most amazing thing I've ever seen in a hotel. Easy question. How many fish do you have here?
We have about 13,000.
Where'd they come from?
We go out and catch them.
Really?
Yeah.
What about the hooks?
The hooks, no. A lot of the smaller fishes we use hand nets, or we use traps for some of like the snappers and grunts. And the sharks we use hook and line.
Okay, this is the entrance to what's called the what?
Predator Lagoon.
The Predator Lagoon, which means there are like big fish in there, right? Predator sharks.
Right.
Basically, what you're saying is they're sharks. We're going to go about 12 feet under the lagoon in here, and there's aquarium windows, and then we go actually through a tunnel where the fish will be on. This is amazing. Where do you see this? Let's go. So this all was like built man-made? Okay, this is it. This is probably the most interesting attraction at the whole park, don't you think? I mean, because you can go under. We're like 12 feet underwater here.
Right.
Everybody, all the sharks, all the fish, everything that lives here can swim over this at will, correct?
Yeah, they can swim over here. There's a deep area, and then there's a shallow area over there where we're by the bridge.
It's great because as you walk through this place, it's the strangest feeling because you look up and you'll have a school of fish flying over you. I say flying. I mean, look, Dave, to your left here. There's a school of, what are those fish, Michelle?
French grunts. What? French grunts.
French grunts?
Yeah, yeah.
Those are French grunts, in case you wondered what those were. Sharks will swim over the top. Turtles, manta rays. It's just a phenomenal place. And there are thousands, and how many thousands of gallons do you have in here? Do you know that?
This one, 1.5 million.
1.5 million gallons of water. And this all comes from the Caribbean, right? You don't make this seawater.
No, we have an open system, so that means that the water comes in directly from the ocean, and it's not recirculated or treated in any way.
Wow, this is just the most phenomenal thing we've ever seen. If you ever get a chance to come to the Bahamas, first of all, try to get to Nassau, and if you're going to stay in Nassau, try to stay here at the Atlantis Hotel Resort because it is the most phenomenal place we've ever seen, and I want to thank you for showing us around. You're taking good care of these fish.
Thank you.
I didn't see a dead fish the whole time I was here.
I hope not.
Well, we're back up in Lakeville, Minnesota. We're about 20 minutes or so south of Minneapolis, the home of Scruples. We were here a few years ago to talk to Frank Liguori and Jack Story, two legends in the professional beauty industry that you probably are well aware of. These two guys, between them, have 163 years in the professional beauty industry, or something close to that anyway. But seriously, they were major players at a major corporation for a long time. Started this company, Scruples, about 13 years ago, with the idea of creating a type of a product line that was not available to distributors or salons at that time. They have been very, very successful with that concept and continue it today. There are still only 4 shampoos in the Scruples line, and they try very, very hard to provide only those kinds of products that they know the distributors and the salons can use and sell. We have got some interesting people to talk to on this trip to Scruples. You will meet the marketing group, the people that are making this company happen, and the people that are involved in some great changes. As Frank Liguori will tell you later on, they have reinvented Scruples to the benefit of the distributors and the salons out there that have just grown to love this product. There's a lot happening, so let's go inside and find out what's new at Scruples. There's a lot new, but it's not these guys. Frank Liguori and Jack Story have been in the industry for, 100 years or so, and together they've built Scruples into a company distributors love. Because, among other things, as the beauty industry has changed, Scruples has changed along with it, and always for the better. Have you reinvented Scruples?
Yes, it actually started back in 1994. When we first introduced Scruples, we really were the first manufacturer to do designer packaging. And soon after that, in 1984, everybody went into designer packaging. Prior to that, everybody was in a cylinder round with black printing on a bottle. Our concept at that time was that since professional products generally cost more than drugstore products, when they're in someone's home, they should have a department store elegant look to them rather than looking like drugstore products. That's why we did a private mold bottle with a Wedgwood blue look that was very unique. We won several packaging awards for that in 1984. But by 1994, the package was getting old. We had complaints from some of our distributors that we looked Midwestern. We didn't have cutting-edge technology appearance to our products. So in 1994, we decided that we were going to make some major changes, not only in our packaging, but in our advertising and in our entire concept as a company. We thought it was time for a change.
Mm-hmm. And a very nice change, I might add. Great, great packaging. But let's talk about the color, because the hair color from this company has made a tremendous impact on your business and your distributor's business, correct?
Yes, it is. The hair color really has given us this forward image that we were looking for.
You've got what, in your high definition line, 10 bottles of color?
High definition color, again, after Blazing Hair success, we put that out and the dealers began to get confidence in what we were doing and our concepts in the color area. We then approached the hair color lines. Now, every hair color line has between 57 and 150 stocking units. And we thought that was insanity. And the concept really came from paint stores. If you go into a paint store, you'll see 500 chips of color. When a customer selects the color, they go over to the store manager. That manager maybe carries 12 cans of paint. And then they mix the paint color you selected from the inventory that they have. And so we made 10 pure base colors. And these pure base colors are easily identifiable so that they know exactly what they are. There are formulas that enable them to make anywhere from 57 to 100 different colors. And the formulas are all there, easy to understand, easy to do.
Frank, let's talk about your distributors. What's the best reason for your distributors to remain or to be a Scruples distributor? And certainly you've got distributors you've had for a long time. And what's the best part of it for them, do you think?
I would say security. Everybody in the industry, especially people that have dealt with Jack and I, can anticipate our moves. There are no surprises. We've been here for 40 years, actually, in the industry. We were on top of a very large company at one time, and we ran our company considering that the distributor was the most important part of our business. We were not the most important part of his business. The distributor was the most important part. They make the market. They are the people that we have to serve. That has been our philosophy forever. It is our philosophy today. I think when a distributor builds his volume with Scruples, he has a feeling of security that 20 years from now, and he'll be selling Scruples. And we've already got a second generation well under tow in this company, building and positioning themselves to take this company to another level.
You'll meet that second generation of Liguoris that Frank is talking about in just a minute. But first, meet Jack Story, the man who, along with Frank Liguori, believes that they are reinventing Scruples. You know, Frank talked about reinventing this company in the last, 18 months, 2 years? Tell me about what you're trying to accomplish and what that means, the way you're reinventing Scruples.
Well, when we started out with the product line right from the very beginning, we chose to do a designer package, which was very unique to the industry at that time. It's not unique today. But as anything, our industry constantly changes, and we feel that we have the obligation to stay up with some of the changes. We've always hated to change just for the sake of changing. And we were quite fortunate to experiment with some packaging about 2 years ago that kind of led us into the change that we made at the first of this year. And it's been very well accepted by salons and clients.
Jack, the education programs that you've developed at this company have been important for many, many years. Now you've got an education center back there. You've got new programs for distributors, I guess, for salons. What are you trying to accomplish with your education?
Just more in-depth, trying to get away from so much of showbiz. It shows to us, the stylists, the salon owners, etc., are looking, and DSCs are looking for more in-depth education, how to make more money, how to reduce inventories, and that type of thing.
You have come here now. Frank and Jack's master plan includes developing a marketing team that can work together to create products, programs, and sales tools to help Scruples distributors succeed. National Sales Manager Jim Potts.
Sure. What we're doing is we're getting a tremendous amount of input from our regional managers, all 9 of them. They're in close contact with the distributors, and we're getting good groundswell feedback, if you will. And we're just bringing that to the marketing table with Tracy and Frank and Jack and several others. And we just bring to fruition what we discuss here.
You know, Scruples, since the very beginning, has been kind of at the forefront of providing promotional material for distributors and, of course, through to the salons. Things like these great shelf talkers. This one is for the half-liter sale, which has been a very big success for them. And this is Tracy Liguori Lubalive. A Liguori would be because you're Frank's daughter, right?
That's right.
This would be high definition extra dry hairspray. This would be part of the promotional material that went out, I guess, this past month for the deal.
That's right.
Interesting thing about this, tell me if I'm wrong, you couldn't buy this when you introduced it.
That's exactly right. We did something very different on the introduction of high definition extra dry hairspray.
Only got it free.
That's right. It came free with the whole line. Nobody could buy it. Nobody knew the price. And it really created a lot of excitement out there in the field.
So how much is it? No. What are you going to try to accomplish with the marketing of this product in the next year, 2, 3 years? I mean, what's your goal?
We want to try to create a whole image and new look for the company, which I think you've already started to see us do this year with the new packaging change. And we're just going to continue with bringing to the market the best promotions for salons and the best look for salons that they'll want to have our product up on their shelf.
You know, when you talk to a Frank or Jack or almost anyone here at Scruples, they will tell you that one of the most important elements of doing business with Scruples is providing tools for distributors and distributor sales consultants to help them sell this line into the salons. This I thought was so interesting, I had to show it to you. This is the introduction package, the promotional tool made available to sales consultants to sell in the new Centura perm system from Scruples. 3 perms, 1, 2, and 3, an acid balance perm, a non-thio perm, and a buffered alkaline perm. 3 perms cover it all. They're not telling you need 15, 20 perms to carry their line. This tool was designed just to help the distributor sales consultant go into the salon, explain the product, and sell it in. Then the open stock, of course, comes in the intro deals and so on. This was just developed for the sales consultants. And it's, again, a great example of what this company does to help sell through the product from the distributor to the sales consultant and through to the salon. They have thought of everything here, I think, and when we discover what it is they've forgotten, you will be the first to hear. This is yet another Liguori. Frank Liguori Jr. has a unique position as sales service manager for Scruples, possibly the most important job, that of taking care of the Scruples distributors. Is this the most important job, you think, at this company, dealing with distributors on a daily basis?
Well, it's more of the nuts and bolts part of the business. I talk with all the distributors on a regular basis, assisting them in placing their orders, letting them know how to buy, depending on the promotions that we're running at that time.
Frank's other daughter, Mia Liguori McHugh, is in charge of education at Scruples, and I met with her in the company's training center to find out what's different about Scruples education.
We want to have a team of people out there working to help support Scruples. And for years, we had regional managers and others training our technical people, and everybody was getting a different version of what the message is. And so at the beginning of the year, we started holding a technical training here at Scruples for our technicians and our preferred club members, where they can come and spend a weekend hosted by Scruples and learn all about the Scruples line of products, hair color, our highlighting system, as well as just get a big, huge helping of hospitality from everybody here at Scruples. And I think it's really made a difference. The people who leave this training go out just ready to fight and spread Scruples seed.
We're going to be in this field in a couple of years. Well, if we had more time, I'd show you Scruples' new warehouse, which was just a field the last time we were here. And I'd show you how Frank taught me to drive around it in a classic Corvette. But we're out of time, so we'll have to do that next time. Frank Liguori and Jack Story have done some amazing things with Scruples. And with the team they now have in place for sales, marketing, and education, the best is certainly yet to come.
I think that Scruples can be one of the major manufacturers in this industry servicing the beauty salons. And I would like to think of ourselves in terms of some of the entrepreneurs that were in this business, that saw this business as professionals serving professionals, that saw this business as being only beauty salon. That's where we are at, that's where we've always been at, and I think the manufacturers that have that concept are going to be the majors of the future. And as you know, a long time ago I said there are the champion lines, underneath them are the contenders, and beneath them are the pretenders. The pretenders are the people who say they're in the beauty business, but they're really not. The contenders are the ones that are struggling, and Scruples is a contender. I think in the next 10 years, Scruples becomes a champion line.
listen, don't go away. Is he going to come out of the pool?
He's going to come out for the end.
Jim Markham is in the pool. Alan Benfieldbush is here. We will be back here to Irvine in Southern California just a little bit later to tell you what's happening with this very exciting company called Abba. Achieve balance of business in art. With pure and natural hair care products. Abba, where's Jim Markham? Hey, Jim. Hey, Jim, come on in. It's time now for another Profile Spotlight with the man behind Williams Publications, Frank Hendricks. Frank, you know, I would imagine that one of the most common questions you get asked is how come it's Frank Hendricks and not Frank Williams? And what happened to Jim and Jude and all that stuff?
Well, Rick, you're really right on that. That is one of the most frequently asked questions I have. And I came into the business when I was in high school for a little while and college and went and did my own thing. And after about 12 years of doing my own thing, Jim and Jude gave me a phone call and said, "Are you interested in doing the business again?" And I said, "Absolutely." I happen to be Jude's oldest son. Jim's my stepfather, and they're doing what I think everyone hopes to do someday, is do what they want to do.
Retire and leave it to the kids.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Basically, right?
They're still my partners, so they didn't exactly give it to me, but we're working together to keep it going and make it better than it's ever been.
That's a good point. You know, we talk about new blood brings new changes, innovation. You have actually brought a lot into this business just in the last year and a half with new products and new things that you offer distributors, right?
Well, that's correct, Rick. When I took over the company, there were about 19 employees. Now we have down to 12. And you think, well, downsizing? No, what it is technology. I've also turned over the computer systems to where we're all state-of-the-art software and equipment, brought in some of the latest graduates from Brown Institute up in the Twin Cities, and really have brought the design level to up to date.
Let's talk briefly for those companies who may be in a cave or may not understand what Williams Publications is all about. In a nutshell, what do you offer the distributors?
What we do is we encapsulate all the information that a distributor has for their salon owners or a manufacturer for their distributors, and we've really tried in the last year to keep the manufacturer's product. They pay ad agencies a lot of money to develop an image and a look of their ad materials. We gather all those ad materials for a distributor, try and maintain the integrity of the manufacturer's agency's work, and put it in a single format that has the identity of that distributor in mind, and attach their name to all of their manufacturers or lines so that their customer, the salon owner, has a single piece that says, this is who I am, the distributor, what we're selling, and projects an image of what that distributor wants.
As I remember the original concept from Jim and Jude years ago, the first time we ever spoke with them, is that a lot of companies still had their own art departments. Distributors were trying to create magazines when they weren't distributing products, and you solved that problem. Is that still really what you're trying to do?
That's still true. That's what my folks started the company on. The premise was they were kind of the one-stop shop for everything. Absolutely, we make the work easier. I mean, we want people, distributors, manufacturers, to manufacture product and distribute product, and really let us do that work for them, which gets their name out on the street with their product. We'll gather all the information. We do exclusive editorials. We'll call up people that they say there's a hot designer they want to talk to, hairstylist. We'll call them up, do an interview. They don't have to worry about that. That's stuff that people that are in a back office trying to put this thing together don't have the skills to go out and conduct a proper interview.
Right.
To edit product and keep things rolling.
Frank, here at the BBSI, what's your goal? What are you trying to do? Do you want people to come up and say hi, give them your business card? I mean, what are you after?
Well, the first thing is I hope people will come up and go, "Hi, Frank, this is who I am.
I saw you on television.
Saw you on TV, exactly." And not come up and go, "Where's Jim and Jude?" That's what I hope to accomplish through doing this and being at the BBSI, but to come by, talk to us, ask what's new, what's different, because the second most common thing that happens is people go, "Oh yeah, you're the guys that do newspapers." Yeah, we do, but we do a lot more, and that's what I want to get across at this BBSI.
And it would be the same as telling a distributor, "Oh, you're the guys that you sell shampoo, right?"
Exactly.
Right? Okay, so that's it. You're in booth. You know the booth number, by the way?
Oh, you know?
You don't know. Okay, he doesn't know the booth number, but that's not because you can't find the booth number. This is Frank Hendricks. He's not to be confused with Jim and Jude Williams, who have gone to retire somewhere in
They're hanging
in
out
Wisconsin somewhere,
yeah.
Having a great time, we might add. Frank Hendricks is in the Williams Publications booth. You can come down and talk to him at the BBSI here. You can see all the kinds of publications that he does, including, I might add, the award-winning Profiles newspaper.
Absolutely.
which is a Williams publication piece. Find out everything you can from this guy while he's here at the BBSI. Guaranteed he's going to help you make more money next year. Thank you for being with us on the show.
Thanks a lot, Rick.
Good luck at the show. You want to go to, there's a nice casino over here.
Let's go.
Hi, I'm Susan McNabb, back with another Profiles update. People are calling Zegarelli's new product the best invention since scissors. Its breakthrough formula maintains the hair's natural tension and texture while creating a precisely aligned cutting surface. Introducing Cutting Edge, cutting foam and thermal styling protectant. It's a liquid that miraculously turns into a foam when dispensed. The non-sticky, alcohol-free formula provides effortless, static-free coverage and super manageability. Cutting Edge keeps hair at an optimum level of moisturization during the cutting process and acts as a protective shield against heat styling damage. It also provides sunscreen protection to preserve hair color brilliantly. Zegarelli's Cutting Edge, a creative breakthrough designed to work hand in hand with stylist creativity. Zegarelli is certainly a well-known name in the beauty industry, and ever since the Zegarelli hair care products made their appearance at the International Beauty Show several years ago, you could tell that the line would be a winner. We had a chance to chat with the man behind it all, Arnold Zegarelli, at this year's IBS.
As the story goes, we developed a product over a year that hairdressers now could trust. It's a minimalist approach. We only have 14 products. Each one, it's targeted hair care. And we have a system now where we have a delivery system called the molecular delivery system. It's unique. So we're really on a move now. We are a force that I think is going to make it happen here.
Another exciting product introduction from Zegarelli is SOXO, salon-only exothermic texturizing waves. It's sure to get the attention of stylists nationwide and provide them with the opportunity to catch the fashion wave of style support. Stylists and clients alike will love the true-to-rod size results and the natural-looking curls that retain their shape and definition. Make sure to stop by Zegarelli and check out new Cutting Edge, as well as the entire Zegarelli hair care line. Now back to Rick and more Profiles.
Well, we are in Irvine in Southern California, and this is one of the most desirable places to live in California, and it's certainly one of the most desired business locations in all of Southern California. We're at the home of Abba Products, and unless you've been in the cave for the last 8.5 years, you know that this company was started by Alan Benfield Bush and Jim Markham. Abba Products, ABBA, Achieve Balance of Business in Art. It's what it stands for. And of course, 100% vegan products, pure and natural ingredients from the ground up. This company has a mission statement that believes in pure and natural products, in doing everything the right way, not only in manufacturing the products, but in the way they deal with their distributors, the way the distributors deal with the salons, and of course, ultimately, the way the consumer receives the Abba products. They have been very, very successful in the last 8.5 years, due, of course, in great part to you, the Abba distributor. And we are back up here in Irvine in Southern California to talk with Alan Benfield Bush and Jim Markham and the people at Abba to find out what's happening with this very exciting company for 1996. This company has become a real success in a short period of time. One of the biggest successes in the beauty industry. Products based on all natural ingredients, and two men, Jim Markham and Alan Benfield Bush, who seem to know the secret for success. How did this whole Abba thing get started? Here's your chance.
Well, we were really both looking for one another and didn't know it, because Jim was looking to start another product line. He'd already started two previously that were very successful. He'd also been a top hairdresser, won a lot of trophies for celebrity cuts for all the celebrities he's cut over the years. And he was looking to start another product line. And I was meandering around with my education, knowing I wanted a product line, so I was looking for somebody in that entrepreneur position, an alchemist or somebody who knew all about bottling and caps and screening, because I did not. Mm-hmm. And Jim was looking for somebody who was in the ladies' side who had something very special, and he saw that we had education, and so those two things were special. It's about right, isn't it?
Pretty accurate, Alan.
And funny enough, a top manufacturer put us in touch with one another without realizing it, and Jim flew in And we got in our living room floor with our wives and mapped out the company. And why I say the living room floor is because I didn't have a coffee table or furniture at the time.
Right. What were you doing at the time, Jim? What were you doing?
I had previously sold the other company. I had opened a salon and was I had been formulating a plan to come back into merge back into the business, and I was looking for a top educator that knew techniques and condensed perming, condensed cutting, and Alan was that person. We knew each other over the years, and when this other manufacturer suggests we get together, well, you know, I was out here and we instantly saw the complementary attributes of each to develop the products, natural products, education, and tie them together, because it really is ultimately making hairdressers more successful is how you're going to make it in this business, and that's what we both have been doing all our lives.
Absolutely.
Was trying to make hairdressers more successful.
You know, I think one of the most unique elements of this business and the way it has been so successful is the fact that it has been so successful. There have been a lot of companies, as you well know, that have started off with a couple of people that got together as partners and they were going to do something. And they start it, and it dies in a year, 2 years, 3 years. But you guys have been literally more successful every consecutive year than the year before. How have you managed to make this work in what typically is not a situation that works out for people?
I'll let Jim answer this first.
I think it's really being able to take each one's attributes and facilitating that with the people that we brought on board with marketing and sales and educational people. We have an excellent team of people, and we're keeping the hairdresser in mind, the distributors in mind, and being able to implement each area in such a way that it's unique. Each area stands on its own, but it's really the commingling of all that. And that's easier said than done. But I mean, being able to facilitate and implement these plans is really the hardest part. And we've been strengthening our infrastructure with systems and procedures, getting ready to go to the next level, and we have really grown tremendously.
That growth is certainly due in a great part to the unique products and promotions from Abba Marketing. Tony Wells.
It's incredibly exciting, and you're right, it is a market person's dream to be able to take such growth and such innovation and put it all together in a package that works for our distributors and the salons. We really truly understand that we have to meet the needs of the consumer to help the salon meet those needs as well as our distributors' needs, and we have such a great way to go. We don't have a lot of failures in the past to have to work through. We get to start out by just doing it right.
Right. It's like you're starting with a clean slate all the time. There's
Exactly.
no baggage with this company. I mean, that's a good term, no baggage here. Let's talk about this new product, which is called Bots.
Oh, Bots is an incredible product. For fine hair, it is absolutely incredible to give volume, but you get texture and control with it as well. And we get to capitalize on Abba's heritage of conditioning at the same time. So we're really branching out into a styling product to meet the lifestyle of the consumer today, where they want to style and restyle with a multifunctional kind of product. And yet, they have the antioxidants and the special sunscreens in it to really help with the environmental stresses and to take a look at the consumer's needs at the same time.
Tony, how will you market this product through to the consumer? I mean, I know you've got plans to help the distributor, to help the salon, to help the hairstylist. What's the plan?
Well, as far as Bots itself, we'll go out with a very excellent intro program. We have purchasing in a pre-pack the product, as well as free back bar in a 16-ounce, free 1-ounce trial sizes to go with it, sell sheets. We have in the upcoming months some exciting merchandising tools, as well as posters, samples on product. We are really doing, with our distributors this year, we will still maintain every single bi-monthly promotional cycle, some form of free back bar, merchandising tool, sampling program, something that allows them to be able to help the salons to sell it through to the consumer.
Tony, you've been in the business a long time.
Yeah, right.
Well, I mean, you know pretty much about what you're doing. You have been around. What is it that this company, in your estimation, 25 words or less, what are they doing right? Why have they been so successful in this 8 or 9 years?
We never lose focus of our mission statement. We have never forgotten that we have to make the hairdresser more successful in order to make the product prosper at the same time. When we do a new product, we make sure it's a tool that the stylist needs, that the consumer needs. When we do merchandising tools, we're looking at new towers, salon intro programs, all of the elements that a salon needs to help them in that quest to being a better salon stylist as well as meeting the needs of the consumer. And as long as we don't forget that in everything we do and remain focused and targeted towards that, there is no way we can't succeed.
Abba's affiliate program has set the industry standard for training from manufacturers. Alan Benfield Bush. Alan, the affiliate program is very dear to your heart because that's the base of education for this company, correct?
Absolutely. It's the backbone, I think, to the industry. The hairdressers want to hear from hairdressers about what's going on in the industry. And I think supplying them with all the information that they need to take to fellow hairdressers and share those things so that they can survive in this particular industry. It's harder to survive every day, so you've got to be updated. It's a technological age. It's not just cutting hair behind the chair and chatting to your client anymore. You've got to be able to converse in a way that is very superior to survive today, and we supply that at Abba.
Our distributors want more, and they deserve more. In order to be competitive in today's marketplace, they have to have more programs, better education, better marketing, better promotions. They need everything, and they need it as efficiently and high quality as they can possibly get it. And that's what we're working on, is to give them what they need.
Let's talk about this because this is certainly the most exciting thing around here today. People keep talking about this. This is called BOTS.
BOTS.
B-O-T-Z, BOTS. It says unique styling cream for volume and texture. But BOTS, what does BOTS mean?
Well, that's an ancient word meaning from the earth.
From the earth.
From the earth.
So a potato would be
from the
BOTS.
earth. Right. Well, sort of. But
sort of. What is this? Unique product? How'd you come up with it? It says a styling cream.
It's the ultimate styling cream. It's really the new way to do hair to create volume, texture, and control without adding weight. So that it's touchable, but you can control frizzy hair, you can control fine hair, you can get volume and texture, and you can move from one look into the next look without any difficulty. It's really a marvelous product that we're really excited about because it's a cream and it does something different than gel and it does something different than shine pomades. It really is going into what's happening now, which is a lot of texture.
Will it surpass the successful launch of AlphaWorks, do you think?
Absolutely. I think it's a bigger category. I think it's a category that all hair types can use. It's a price competitive point. It's a product that's not presently out there. We think it is the niche product and a new direction that the industry is going in. The consumers want texture now and control. They don't want to wait. So it's something that we have a lot of faith in. You always know when you got a hot product when everybody, all those people that are testing it call up and say, can you send me one more ounce? One more ounce. And that's what we have here. We got a hot item.
Jim Markham's unique ability to create products that stylists want and need has never been more evident than in the brand new BOTS styling cream. You know, this product from Abba called Moisture Sensation is certainly one of the biggest success stories in the professional beauty industry and certainly one of the great successes here. This is one of those products that every company wishes they had, the one that the distributors crave, the salons crave, the clients buy as much of as you can put on the shelf. They make this stuff all the time here. You know, you look at every Abba product and it says pure and natural hair care. And of course, everything here is 100% vegan. It's part of what they are. It's part of what they do. But in addition to that, these guys, Alan Benfield Bush and Jim Markham, also try to give back to the industry and to the community. They're both members of the board of the AIDS Foundation, the AIDS Relief Fund, a major charitable organization here for the professional beauty industry. But they also support PETA, the People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, humane societies, child abuse funds. I mean, these people are really good at what they do in a lot of ways. And I just thought it was important to let you know that just because it says pure and natural hair care products, there's a lot more to this company than is just what is written on the bottle. For Jim and Alan, the beauty industry is the best investment they ever could have made. I asked them where they thought the industry was headed in the foreseeable future.
The industry is going through a transition stage, really. It's going, I always say this and I say it again, it's going from the industrious into the information age. And the industrious age is machines and typewriters and conveyor belts and all those type of are obsolete now. Now it's become the computerized and being more informed, so you can inform your client The distributor has a unique niche now. The market used to be big, but it's narrowed down, and the unique niche now is to really look after the salons out there that are individual. Individualism is the way fashion is going a lot more these days. So they've got to really look after and not just be order takers. They've actually got to be business consultants to those salons, because the market is being challenged by, as you say, it's changing. The OTCs, there's chain salons, there's all sorts of things, phantom salons that they call them, going on in the market, and we have combating that. Well, Jim combats it more than I have to every day, but nevertheless, all of those things, so they're a challenge in the distributor's market. So we recognize that, so we can help the distributor get all the information to the hairdressers, their customers, on how to achieve that balance of business in art.
Our mission in this whole process is to make hairstylists more successful by providing information, education, and pure natural products that will enhance the quality of their lives. That's our mission statement, and like Alan said, achieve a balance of business and art. And we all have to become better at upgrading our professional image for the hairdresser, because image is very important in this industry.
Absolutely. I couldn't have said it better myself, Jim.
I agree.
Hi, Frank Liguori again for CAF. One of CAF's primary activities is the development of technical and non-technical skills standards for the cosmetology industry. You know, we are in competition with every industry in the United States in attracting qualified people into our industry. Without uniform skills standards across the entire United States, we will never achieve the potential that this industry can achieve. And as a result of it, the All Industry Summit has asked the cosmetology industry to develop these skills standards. They are in the process of being completed. We should have them available within the next year. Call CAF and find out about its skills standards program and how you can be a part of it.
Don't go away, because when we come back here on Profiles, Kathy Frangi, who has invited us here to Albany, New York. She is the editor-publisher of Salon Ovations magazine. And we're going to bring you here to one of the greatest salons we've seen in a long time. It's called David Michaels. David Michaels. I could read. Yeah, I could have read that. David Michaels, the Day Spa. A beautiful place, and we'll tell you how this salon fits into the content of Salon Ovations magazine. And all of that plus more, including a bathtub inside, when we come back on Profiles. Don't go away. We're back with another Profile Spotlight, and with me is one of the most recognizable behind-the-scenes personalities in the beauty industry. Behind the scenes because he works backstage at shows all over the beauty industry. We know him as Tennant. His actual name, his whole name is August, right? August Tennant Tessia, head of Tessia Productions, and you probably do more audiovisual support for beauty industry companies than anybody in the world, true?
I would like to think so.
Tennant, for those companies that may have heard your name but may not be aware of exactly what kind of services you provide, put it in a nutshell for us. What is it you offer manufacturers and distributors?
For manufacturers and distributors, we can supply a full audiovisual service for any show that they be doing in the United States area. So in other words, we can travel anywhere and put a whole show together, whether it's small, right up to a big show at the IBS or the Midwest show.
What about companies that that may not have done this before? What's the first step for a company that wants to get into using your services to provide them with audiovisual support? What should they do?
What they would come to me with is the size of the stage and the area that they have, and how I make their job easier is they give me a call with that location and size and what they're actually looking to do at that show. And from there, I would assist them in getting their labor, getting their cameramen, deciding with them on their budget. Do you want a video wall? Do you want screens? What would you like for lighting? What kind of effect are you looking on the stage? And that's where I come in to assist and help not only provide the audiovisual, but also consult and organize with the manufacturer itself.
You know, we talked to some of the people that you have done work for over the years. We've actually recorded them on videotape. And if you'll watch the monitor, you'll see what they say. Watch this.
Ladies and gentlemen, Zegarelli.
Tennant has a perception for artists, and as far as I'm concerned, there's nothing that man can't do. He can do it all, and I'll never not work with him.
Hi, my name's Travis Wilby. I believe in surrounding yourself with the best people, and in my opinion, Tennant is the best at what he does. I've worked consistently with him for the last 5 years, and his ability to understand the hairdresser is what sets him apart.
So just taking and placing.
Tennant does an amazing job working with us, making my life easier, my crew's life easier. He puts together the entire technical production for all of our events. He spends a lot of time with us learning about what we're doing, and he always takes that extra step beyond, above and beyond. I would never work with anybody else.
I actually cannot imagine doing the level of like our Congress show, which is in a theater where we have 3,000 people coming in. I could not do it without someone like Tennant at all. So
That's pretty darn impressive.
Yes, it is.
Some big names there.
Mm-hmm.
What is it that you think is the reason that you've got clients like this that seem to be so dedicated to the fact that they can't, I mean, we've had people tell us they can't do a show without Tennant. What are you doing that's right for these people?
I think a lot of it has to do with just past experience working in the industry for so long and working with these people for many years. And like I said, from doing caravans to doing big trade shows, and just knowing how they work on stage just really helps them out a lot, and it makes it easier for them to go up and do what they have to do on stage, and they can rely on me and my staff to make sure that everything else goes smoothly for them. We're not just audiovisual technicians, we're not a local AV company, we're a company that deals in the hair industry, and that is our forte.
If you would like to contact Tennant about your company or your distributorship and what he can do for you at Tessia Productions, you can call him at his facility in Tampa, Florida, or you can see him probably here in Las Vegas and say, hey, I'd like to talk to you about what we can do. And I'm sure he will be more than happy to fill you in on what Tessia Productions can do for you. Congratulations on your expansion and being the #1 behind-the-scenes person in the beauty industry.
Thank you.
That's a good title. And AT&T, August Tennant Tessia. You ought to think about changing it to AT&T. You get a lot of business. We'll be back with more profiles right after this.
Bob Peel, president of BBSI, with another BBSI Minute. It's time to step up to the plate. For over 50 years, our distributorship has complained our salons are terrible business people, or they're artists, not business people. TSA was created to make your customers better business people. TSA is an organization of salon owners, not booth renters. We need your help, however, though. TSA's kickoff promotion is available to any distributor who will commit the following: a full-page ad on TSA in their newspaper, a statement stuffer on TSA, and a phone sales meeting with their sales staff. With this commitment, you can advertise to your customers you're paying 50% of their yearly membership to TSA. If you're a distributor or a manufacturer, one of the most important things you can do during the show is check out TSA in the BBSI booth with Jill Kohler. I'll be back later with another BBSI Minute. Thanks for watching.